Pros and cons of living in Sacramento, California.
Let's get started.
So one of the cons, I just want to be real. While I think Sacramento is a fantastic place to live, everything has pros and cons, and I'm going to go right in with the down and dirty. It's hot. This year alone, we have had record-breaking heat, and I feel like it used to be 3.5 months and then 4 months, and now from May until October, it has been 6 months of heat. It just gets really, really hot here, and it's hard to do outdoor activities that I love to do when it's so darn hot. And walking my precious pups, I can't always take them out because there's their little paws. And so I don't know about you, but the heat it's a dry heat.
It is a dry heat.
We don't have humidity, but Sacramento's hot.
It's true, yeah. Speaking of heat, though, when we get into the winter, I feel like compared to other cities, as a pro, we have a pretty mild winter. So similar to how they say in Miss Congeniality, all you need is a light sweater. I think that really applies here. Obviously, we have some days that are a little bit colder, but we rarely ever get snow in or around the city. It does rain in the winter time, but not a ton. So I think if you're looking for somewhere that has a little bit warm summer, but summer and then also a mild winter, Sacramento is a really great place.
Yeah, I do love winter here. I have to say, growing up, it wasn't always the case where I'm from, which is just a different part of California. I will say one of my favorite parts of living in Sacramento is the winters because it's so mild to me. So,
yeah.
All right. But when the transition of season, there's a theme here. There's a theme here. Sacramento has allergies. I know very few people who are here. We're not talking to this guy right here who doesn't have allergies. I run across people. I'm like, wait a minute. Are you sick? Oh, no, it's my allergies. And a lot of people suffer from allergies here.
Yeah. We are known as the city of trees. So definitely in that transition of seasons, when all the leaves are falling or in the springtime when everything's growing back, people who have allergies, not me, really suffer during that time. But I have heard, kind of to your negative point, that the longer you live here, you just inherently develop allergies. Yeah. So I'm not looking forward to that part of it. So I'm going to see if I can find a way to build an immunity to these allergies. With all of that said, one of the other great things about Sacramento is the outdoor activity possibilities. Just within Sacramento County, there is so much to do. There's a lot of conservation areas, walking paths, hiking, there's the river with a lot of different access points that you can get to go paddleboarding or rafting or just spend some time on the beach, let's say, but it's the river, not the ocean. And then even with that, we are about an hour and a half from Lake Tahoe, or, you can be in the mountains up in Placer County. There's a lot of wineries and wine trails that you can go on, hiking trails, lakes. There's just like a plethora of things to do year round. So in the summer, if you're looking to get out, even on those hot days, go by the water and it's going to be a little bit cooler. Or in the winter, we're really close to mountains and ski resorts. If you're skiing or snowboarding or just want to get up to the snow, this is the place to be.
We also have an international airport. I feel like when we're talking about outdoor adventure or any adventure, having easy access. So going to some of these places that might be further. I know we're talking about the pros and cons of Sacramento, but I think having an airport is definitely a pro.
A huge pro. And it's 10-15 minutes outside of downtown. So it's not like, other cities. I'm going to say New York. New York airport is not really anywhere close to like New York City.
Okay.
So it takes a little bit longer to get there versus here. Easy access to the airport and you can get somewhere else to go adventure as well.
Yeah, so just talking about national and even California, let's talk about rents. So while we are 14% less expensive than other parts in California, we are 21% higher than the national median price point for the cost of rents. I feel like that's been talked about a lot since maybe we're in the real estate world. We hear about rents and the prices of homes and things like that. There's pros and cons there. Pro is we are somewhat least expensive compared to California, but con, we are way above the median level as far as cost of rent and cost of living as a whole.
Yeah, definitely. With that, there is a lot of diversity here in Sacramento, and that's one thing that I really love about this city. Being Hispanic, being part of the LGBT community, I don't ever really feel unwelcome in a lot of spaces, and so I think that anybody who's looking to come here will be able to find their people and feel comfortable. One of the things that I joke about with Nicole is that I grew up in a military family, and there are a lot of Filipino families, and so I was just used to having that around me all the time. And when I moved to Sacramento, you can go to almost any grocery store and find, lumpia in the frozen food aisle, and I'm just so excited about that because I miss having that as part of my daily life and just really intermingling with different cultures and people.
And we have festivals.
Yes.
Like, we have different festivals for different foods. Well, the culture.
Yeah, I think a huge cultural experience of Sacramento is the food. We are the farm to fork capital, so we celebrate, cuisine from all of these different places, and it's just literally yesterday.
We welcome it, and we get to experience what other people call home, right? They feel at home through their food, and then they bring it here and they make it, and it's easy to get a hold of, and I don't know, it feels like home to some people, and I appreciate all of you who like to cook food.
Literally yesterday, she knows how much I love Filipino food, and she sent me a screenshot of a festival that was going on last night so that I could go and get some Filipino food. So just a few examples of a little bit of cultural diversity that we have here in the city.
Yeah. And with that, we do have homeless. While Sacramento is a very welcoming place, just out of observation, you will find homeless people here, and it is what it is. So I'm going to call it a con because I hope nothing but for these people to be taken care of. However, when you are wanting to talk about property values and different things as far as where you're living, where you're raising your children, that is something to consider because they live here too.
Yeah, and we saw growth in the homeless population during COVID and people losing jobs and income and that kind of stuff. And so I've definitely noticed it a little bit more over the last couple of years, but it is something that we hope everybody can get help on and, move into somewhere. Yeah. With that, there are plenty of neighborhoods to choose from in Sacramento. So whether or not you want to be in like downtown city metropolitan vibes, that's the downtown area for sure. Sky rises, high-rise apartments. We have our midtown area, which is still kind of in downtown Sacramento and what we call the grid, where you have A, B, C street, first, second, third, fourth. The midtown area is great because it's more older homes converted into apartments or multifamily living spaces. So lots of great food down there, lots of great bars and restaurants, lots of things to do, dog parks, very walkable, bikeable city.
And you have the suburbs.
And yeah, in that aspect. And you have the suburbs, literally 5 minutes outside of town. You can be in the suburbs, driving and have, land or, a little bit of space to have a dog and a backyard and all those things. The further you get out, obviously, sometimes the land's a little bit bigger, but you have a little bit of everything here. And even going just 15 minutes north of the city in an area called Rio Linda, you can live on an acre and still have a really close proximity to getting into the city.
Yeah, and so for a lot of people who don't know California, like if you lived out of state or something, you think California, you're thinking SoCal, you're thinking like the beaches, things like that. Here in Northern California, we have so much to offer. We have the city, which you're really good at explaining. We have the suburbs, great school districts. And then for those of you who live off the land who have
garden or horses,
you can have that too. Let us know what you think. Any other pros and cons of Sacramento that maybe we missed. There's a long list. We don't want to be here all day, but let us know what you think.
Yeah, and we could have sat here and talked about all of the great things of Sacramento, but as we like to say, we talk about real estate and real people shit. So we want to tell you the cons that come with living here too. So hopefully the pros outweigh the cons, and if you're ever interested in coming this way, let us know.